What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. I'm going to play a clip or maybe a couple of clips from an interview that was done with Will Smith's ex-assistant. And I'm going to put the link to the full interview in the description box. He did it with Comedy Hype News on YouTube. And I just really found it ironic because a few weeks ago when Jada started her publicity tour for her new book, Worthy, she, in my opinion, was just sharing way too much. But I mean, a lot of people have come to be used to that when it comes to her. And so I did a conversation where I discussed it, and I'm like, what are they hiding? Because it's like these people, they're revealing so much because, Will Smith, he wrote a book and he was out there spilling a lot of information that a lot of people felt like was TMI as well. But we didn't, I guess we'll say we didn't get the barrage of interviews after his book release, but the things that he released in his book, a lot of people felt was TMI. But I mean, he got a lot of good reviews on his book, sold lots of copies, and now Jada, she's doing her thing as well. So it's like they're revealing so much, but what are they actually hiding? Well, his former assistant, he came out and did an interview. I want to play some clips because to me, it was a bit of confirmation from what I was saying. Because when she came out and revealed that they had been living separately for years, you know what I mean? And I said they were putting their profits over parenting, even though their children are not little kids anymore. Your children will always be your children. I don't care if you're 85 and your youngest child or oldest, whatever, is 65. They will always be your children. And you really should consider your actions and a lot of things that you do and say, especially when it comes to being in the public eye. I'm not saying it's okay to be acting a fool and doing the most in private and then being fake in public. But there's been a lot of rumors and stories about things that they have done in private as well as things that they have done in front of their children. And shoot, we know that she was sleeping with one of her son's friends. I don't care how old the friend was at the time, it's still wrong. So when people make the comment she was having an affair with a family friend, he was not a family friend. He was your son's friend. But I want to play this clip. I want to just share my commentary on it. So let's just go ahead and get into it.
A couple things. Trust is super huge, I think, in any relationship. And the elephant in the room is that we're now releasing a book, right? A book that has a strong title that definitely puts, Will in maybe at least a vantage point of looking at it. From the outside looking in, people may be looking like, why would a friend or a former friend release a book like that? So what happened in the relationship for you to be like, you know what, I'm going to drop this piece of work, even though it may put a negative spotlight on my former friendship with Will Smith?
Well, at the end of the day, it's nothing that I've really thought about doing for the last couple of years, because this is the first time ever that someone from Will's inner circle have been in Will's inner circle and speaking out. Like, I have no NDAs, so I'm able to talk freely, right? And just looking at Will's behavior over the years since he got with Jada, it definitely put a strain on our relationship, our brothership, and, I've just been holding so many things, but, due to recent events over the last couple of years, it's just like, dude, listen, you got to pull it together, bro. When you got the bag, everybody going to be quiet. You understand what I'm saying? I got my own thing going. People can look and see. I don't need to know I know everybody. You know what I mean? But, man, we'll go back 38 years. So the new people that's around him that's getting played very well, they're not going to do anything or say anything to disrupt that bag. No matter how much pain and degradation that this man is going through, they want that back. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a real friend to say, dude, you are out of pocket. I have no benefit. I'm not working with you. We're not doing nothing together. Bruh, I know you almost 40 years. You out of pocket. You've been out of pocket. And now you totally out of pocket. And the people around you are enabling you to be out of pocket.
You mentioned something about your relationship, because that was kind of my follow-up to that, which was, what caused that tension, that rift? You mentioned Jada added some strain to it. What was going on? What about that relationship made you guys begin to not see eye to eye as you once did?
So prior to Jada, him and Jada having a relationship, I felt Will was pretty much almost an angelic person, right? He just very giving, very want to help everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it made me be a better person. To be in his circumference made me want to. I said, there are things in my life that I'm not doing well. And I mean, Will stood on that 24 hours, 7 days a week prior to Jada. Helping people, uplifting himself, no matter. It was a job to him to help as many people as he can. And I'm talking about financially, career-wise, everything. And when you start to see your friends suffer a great amount of decay, at some point you just gotta say something.
Did you give Will any bro advice, brother to brother, when Jada became in the picture? Did you did you see certain things on her end that you felt didn't match the energy of Will? Where were you as a friend in that regards?
I mean, at the beginning, like I say, I'm from the streets of Philly. So, I just really believe Jada saw Will as the big lick. You know what I'm saying? The sucker. The easy come up. But at that particular time, you got to let things play out. You can't be like, oh, man, I don't like her, this, that. You got to give a person that opportunity. People gave me the opportunity. They could have said, oh, he this, he that, he this. You know what I mean? But people gave me that opportunity, and in life is about what you do with that opportunity, John. Period. I believe everybody deserves that opportunity, but what happens when you get that opportunity and you fumble?
Just hearing that alone, because what's going on right now in the media is that people are definitely kind of, looking at Jada a little sideways in regards to how she's putting out certain information with Will. I think in return, people are also kind of want to support Will, and they feel bad for him, and they're like, yo, she's doing all these things. But it makes me kind of come down to the aspect of the importance of choosing your partner. And in this regards, it does seem that people feel that Jada wasn't the best person for Will. Why do you think Will himself is stuck kind of on Jada? Why hasn't he decided to move on? Is it love? Is it something else? From your vantage point, why do you think Will continues to stay when, in all regards, he's a global phenomenon and probably could have damn near any woman that he would want?
Very good question. Well, here's the thing. Jada, how do I say this, has accepted things in Will's personal life. And by experiencing that, I know for sure that Will don't want these things to come out without question. And I feel that Jada has taken advantage of that. Like you said, Will is a global superstar. Will's not a bad-looking man. You know what I'm saying? Will got the bag. He almost had $500 million. You understand what I'm saying? So why is he taking all this persecution? It's just certain things that Jada have on him that Will don't want to come out. He felt that it would affect his career, his livelihood. And I don't think that's true. Or I wouldn't be putting the book out. It's like, yo, go ahead and let all that stuff out, bro. You got to let all that stuff out, And to be honest, and if she was a divorce, and you want to divorce her, give her all the money. Because what Will doesn't understand, Will lives in a bubble. This is what you got to understand. This guy's worth almost $500 million. He lives in the biggest state in the bubble. So his understanding of the world, the real world, is different from you and I. Like, he don't know how much a gallon of milk costs. He don't know how to go in and cash his check, right? He just, I'm gonna think, like, people gotta think, you know, like I say, once again, I'm talking from being on the inside, you know what I mean, outward. A lot of people are looking from the out to the end saying, oh, I'm trying to figure it out. You're not going to figure it out unless you live in that $500 million lifestyle, private jets, not going through TSA. You mentioned TSA, huh? Oh, what did they do? That's what I'm saying. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like I'm from the inside out. So when I see things, go ahead.
Well,
all right, so I'm going to stop it right there, and I'm going to just put the link in the description box so you can listen to the entire interview, because it actually is a really good interview on Comedy Hype News YouTube channel. I am a subscriber, and they have really great content, and honestly, they've grown fast over the years, because I want to say I subscribed to them maybe back in 2020, and they were pretty on the, you know, the low scale, and now they're like over almost, you know, almost close to 900,000 subscribers. So that really is amazing. But I want to say this. You heard what his name is, Bilal, and what he had to say. And the name of the book is Will Smith Demonic Circle. I am extremely intrigued, definitely more interested in checking that out than Jada's book, and even Will Smith's book, to be honest with you. I didn't read his book, and I'm not interested in reading it. But here's what I'm going to say. I talked about this before, and I said, you know, what are Will and Jada hiding? I do believe, even though this is 2023 and people in times are more progressive and more accepting, there are certain things in my personal belief, and I don't think it's just the gay rumors and him possibly sleeping with Dwayne Martin, Tisha Campbell's ex-husband, and those rumors that have been out there. I mean, those rumors had been out there for years. I believe that it is something deeper, right? And if you see the cover of his book with the pentagram and the flames and stuff like that, listen, I believe people would accept Will Smith being gay or bi sooner than they would accept him not believing in God or being a Satan worshiper. I'm not saying that this is what he's saying about Will Smith, but when he said that Jada knows things about Will and has accepted those things, and he probably wouldn't be able to find anyone else that would be willing to keep those secrets, and she's taking advantage of that. I still don't believe that Will Smith is a victim. I don't. I talked about that before as well. But I believe it's just a whole lot of deep, deep stuff. And that's why this marriage is deep, deep shit, in my personal opinion. No one should aspire to have a relationship like theirs. I don't care how they try to portray it as being loving and trusting and we're open with each other and we will always be there for each other. It's just, don't try to aspire to what they have. These people have a whole lot of deep stuff going on that a lot of us don't know about. We can only speculate, of course, but I'm very interested in reading his book. You guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below, but I'm not the type to go around shouting, I was right, but I do believe that I was onto something when I talked about this before, and I was like, what are Will and Jada hiding? Still don't believe that he's a victim. I don't believe that she's a victim either. I don't. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that she has been right or wrong. I mean, she definitely has been wrong in a number of situations, but I'm saying that I don't believe that she was wronged by him, and I don't believe that he was wronged by her, because they have stayed in this mess and have allowed a lot of situations to go on. There have definitely been so many rumors out over the years, but I just believe that it goes far deeper than what we can even imagine or think. This is heavy, guys. So let me know what you think about Bilal, and let me know what you think about his book. Are you interested in reading it? I'm definitely intrigued, guys. So thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.